We know that the space race, which took place during the Cold War years, was the scene of great firsts. The story of the first woman in space, which is not very well known and full of mistakes, proves that everything is not so innocent. Imagine TLing for years to earn the title of First Woman in Space. You worked, you struggled, and you were finally selected for the space program. You have passed the trainings, you are counting the days for the flight. The day of departure has come, everything is going very well. You are ascending into space. Everything is not as simple as in these short sentences. You have received the result of years of labor, but you have not been able to return to Earth alive. Your COUNTL has covered up this event, the media has been silenced. Even your name was erased from the records, your life and all your existence on Earth was wiped out. Let's take a look at the story of that woman who went through all this together. Space in the Cold War that caused a woman to die in space. The conflict between the USA and the Soviets was very heated during the Cold War era. Both sides were TLing to sign the firsts in the world and to be superior to each other. Whoever was victorious in these wars of supremacy put great pressure on the other side and took one more step towards winning the war. The situation had come to such a point that the USA, which could not be fed up with the Soviet design of the world's first spacecraft Sputnik 1, even aimed to open a crater that could be seen with the naked eye on the Moon, the satellite of our Earth, with nuclear bombs. The project was cancelled when it was realized that it was not available. The Soviets were the first to reach space. The first satellite sent into space by the Soviets, Sputnik 1. The Soviets really wanted to crush the United States. For this reason, the Soviets, who continued their work day and night with scientists, reached space in real terms with the Sputnik 1 satellite in 1957 and left the USA in the shade. Wanting to gain even greater supremacy, the Soviets were constantly TLing to achieve the first manned space flight. The Soviets succeeded in sending the first man into space. Yuri Gagarin. He went down in history as the first man in space on April 12, 1961. As a matter of fact, behind this success of the Russians were unsuccessful attempts. Those who intercepted radio talk from outer space and reveal the truth, sisters Judica and Cordiglia. After Yuri Gagarin's success about a month ago, the Soviets wanted to send a female cosmonaut into space this time. This part of the event is not very clear, because it is said that all records were destroyed after what happened. There are also some events that make us hear all this information and make us doubt the work of the Soviets. When the dates showed May 16, 1961, Italian brothers Judica and Cordiglia, who were amateur radio broadcasters, captured and recorded a radio signal. There was a woman speaking Rusi. If you like our video, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and check out our other videos.